writing a book, and I thought I would talk to you about that because it's, guess what? It's about Congress and American politics today. And I started out writing a memoir, and every week it becomes less of a memoir and more of a study of questions that I puzzled over. The single question that Democratic members of Congress asked themselves that didn't have an answer was, when I was there, do these guys believe what they are saying? Meaning the Republicans, and most of them were guys. Okay, good. Because they would say things with great passion and conviction that were not true. Tax cuts pay for themselves. We'll be welcomed as liberators. Government shouldn't be involved in health care. Climate science is a hoax, or climate science isn't proven. And the overwhelming expertise among economists is tax cuts don't even come close to paying for themselves. Experts in Iraq knew we wouldn't be welcomed as liberators. Government is heavily involved in healthcare already and does it better than the private sector in many cases. And climate science is frankly, you know, there's a complete consensus among scientists on the basic proposition that the planet is warming and that human activity is primarily responsible. But most Republicans believed all of those things. And so as I've sort of thought about it and sort of laid out my experiences, I've come to believe that, in fact, what's going on is they do believe those things. It's not just the big companies or the interests that they support that we don't. It's not just that. This is part of a complex set of ideas that is very fundamental in American society. We are individuals. Even Democrats are individuals. We believe that we should stand on our own 2 feet. We believe that in self-reliance. We believe in taking responsibility for our own actions. But what separates us is that we also believe that nobody does anything important alone, and that we are stronger and better when we work together. And that's where Democrats are coming from. But not so many Republicans these days, because they've been caught up in what I call a radical form of individualism, which denies that we should work together through our government. Maybe through our churches, maybe through the military, maybe through something else, but not through our government. And when you think about what's going on in our lives outside of government, think about the Patriots, the New England Patriots. If you've ever heard a member of that team talk to the press, you've heard them all. It's always, from Tom Brady to the newest recruit, it's all about the team. It's all about the team. Brady throws for 500 yards. He says, you know, he talks about the people who gave him the protection and how good his receivers were. And when you think about the military, that is all about building teamwork, so that people, when in the most dangerous of situations, can rely on each other, can trust each other, and work together. When you think about, if you walk into any bookstore and look at the articles on, and the books on how to succeed in business, none of them, well, maybe some, but almost all of them are about how you build a team, to agree on a mission and follow it. But what's happened politically, for a whole lot of reasons, partly going back, I'm going to make this short, partly going back to the memorandum that Lewis Powell wrote in 1970 to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, in which he said, young people today, was 1970, have no respect for private enterprise and the capitalist system. We have to fund a series of chairs in universities. We have to create think tanks all across the country to press the message about American private enterprise. And they did. And that's where Hudson and Cato and all of these foundations came from, and ultimately they just kept going into media, and so you have Fox News, which is the single least accurate television station, and who the people who watch Fox are the least well-informed, no kidding, in the country. But what they have, the reason that this message about smaller government, lower taxes, personal freedom works, is because it's so central to the American experience. It is absolutely central. So all of you who are in office or running for office need to honor that. We all, as Democrats, need to honor the primary importance of standing, taking care of your own stuff. It's really important. But any of you who live and walk around and talk to people know that everybody needs help. Everybody needs some help. And so what I'm writing about is this tension in American culture and politics between individualism and community, and why the kind of radical individualism that has taken over the Republican Party is so ill-suited to the 21st century, when we are more interconnected than ever before, not as integrated as we should be. But if you think about healthcare, if you think about climate change, some of these are issues that we can't even resolve at a national level. And we certainly can't expect private sector leadership to get us where we need to go.